Hi everyone, this is Ramalinga Prasad Kuppa. Welcome to my channel, Pharma World. Today's topic is ALCOA, ALCOA Plus, and ALCOA Plus Plus. ALCOA is the key strategy to follow to establish data integrity. Let us understand in detail the intent of ALCOA and the extensions plus and plus plus. Let us understand ALCOA. Attributable. Who is responsible for the action? Who entered the data related to that operation? Attributable is a simple English word which identifies the person whoever did the job. Your thumb impression is one of the typical identifications for you. Handwritten signature is a time-tested identification method because generally the signatures cannot be replicated by other persons. A falsified signature can be identified by difference or variation in pattern of original signature of the person. Electronic password is another way of identifying the person. The password is unique alphanumeric with some special characters. This also is difficult to replicate by others. So the character attributable should be understood that the data entered can be attributed to the specific person with the characteristics as explained. Legible. Data should be readable in the same way by all. Legible means the data should be clear and can be readable in the same way as written by all. There should be no scribbling of data which is understood only by the person who entered the data. The data should be in adequate font size. The shape of the alphanumeric should be logical. The letters or numbers should be clear. It should not look like a handwritten prescription of a medical practitioner. This should be taken in a lighter way. My intention is not at all to insult or defame the particular medical practitioners. Contemporaneous at the time of operation, no predated or post-dated entries are allowed. Contemporaneous means data entry at the time of operation. During manufacturing activity, there will be a lot of data generated to establish the execution of the activity. There will be several sequential steps. Each activity has to be carried out one after the other. So it is important to record the data at the time of operation. In most of electronic operated systems, there will be a date and time stamped automatic capture for this. So for compliance to the contemporaneous recording, the access to change the date and time of the electronic system should be disabled. You must check whether this provision to change date and time is disabled in the system. Original recorded first time on officially issued authorized document. Transcription of data from other sources is not considered original. Original data is the data that is captured on the original official document. Official document means that the document is issued by an authorized agency, mostly the QA department. The QA issues approved and controlled form documents for all manufacturing activities. The manufacturing records include batch records, analytical records, calibration records, maintenance records, issue or dispatch records, to name a few. Presence of any uncontrolled registers or loose papers in the manufacturing premises tends to deviate this aspect of compliance to data integrity. So, it is recommended not to have any such uncontrolled recording on such unofficial records. This makes the inspector easy on this key aspect of ALCOA: accurate, true value, the actual data without any falsification. Accurate is another most important aspect of ALCOA. Accurate means honest, true value of the data generated. Falsification is a crime and unacceptable attitude. Pharmaceutical manufacturing is a serious, committed activity as we deal with the lives of the ailing. The ailing could be our own family members. So tell me how much we should be committed to comply to the data integrity in pharmaceutical manufacturing. Falsification of data could lead to fatal situations. ALCOA should be second in nature. Compliance to ALCOA should be a culture. It should flow in the bloodstream. Always remember, if there is no compliance to data integrity, you are exposing your own family into risk. Compliance to data integrity is not to satisfy the regulatory agency inspectors. It is to safeguard your own family. Is it not the ground reality? Let us make it a routine practice even if nobody notices. Let us understand the extension of ALCOA, that is ALCOA Plus. Complete all the data that constructs to make a decision on the output. The data should be available in sequence. Complete simply prescribes that whatever data is generated, it should be complete to make it something meaningful. So, based on the data and sequence of transformations from one step to the other, makes the output of relevant data to take a decision to move forward, say pass or fail. The complete data should contain all data, metadata, that is attributable to the persons responsible, doer and checker signatures at appropriate places to confirm the data is genuine. The data should be legible, contemporaneously recorded on original, officially issued documents, and above all, accurate representation of data generated. The complete data should include necessary formulas at appropriate steps, calculations, objective evidences like any printouts, chromatograms, spectra, analytical reports, etc., as a well-networked data to take correct and apt decision. There should be a link for each section of the supporting documents with the main document. This can be effectively done by assigning a unique serial number and page numbers as 1 of n, 2 of n, 3 of n, etc. up to n of n, where n is the total number of pages on the entire docket. Consistent. There should always be a pattern followed for data presentation. Consistent aspect is to establish consistency in the data generated. The data should be done in the same way. For example, using blue ink ballpoint pen can be consistent for recording data. It looks uniform all through the document. To differentiate routine recording with decision making steps, another colored ink may be used. You can have any strategy to make the document to comply to this consistent parameter. Date and format can be fixed for recording. Time format can be only in 24 hours format. No AM or PM type of recording is allowed. For example, for 5 p.m. it is recommended to use always as 17 hours. Recording numerical data in two digits like 0. 0.1 if there is a value of zero point 0.1 to be recorded. All these requirements should be captured in an SOP or in a policy document. Archival of the complete document in a file folder is also a part of the consistency requirement in this ALCOA Plus. Enduring document should be negotiable for longer periods. Enduring means the data should be long lasting. The document should be durable. We know that as per section 6.12 and 6.13 of ICH Q7 and 21 CFR part 211.180, the document must be archived for quite long periods. Some should be archived for expiry period plus 1 year or 3 years after the complete distribution of the batch. Some reports must be archived much longer periods. So obviously the document quality should be important. The document should be durable till that specified period. It is also recommended to protect them with additional waterproof and termite proof folders available, readily retrievable within an optimum time for any review. Available is another aspect of ALCOA Plus. This is important as it is required to be submitted to any inspector within optimum time. This is achieved by archiving in an indexed fashion. The best example of perfect archival of different variety can be noticed in a library. There will be several books in the library. The librarian will have an index which indicates exact location of each and every book in the entire library. The librarian checks quickly the index, pulls out the book within a very short time. This is how the word in ALCOA Plus should be handled. Remember, if the requested document is not submitted within the committed short time, the inspector gets suspicious on the availability of the document. If the inspector reminds for the document again, it is sure that there is an element of doubt in the mind of the inspector on the availability of the document. The inspector may not remind again for the document. He or she may conclude that the specific document is not available. That can lead to a serious non-conformity. Let us understand on the another extension of ALCOA, that is ALCOA plus plus, traceable data to be able to track throughout the entire life cycle. Let us see the ALCOA plus plus requirement. This is traceable. Let us understand this aspect. The entire web of the product should be well connected. If a product batch file is picked up by the inspector, it should be traced for all inputs, timestamped data, test results, reports, reference to deviations or OS if any, calibrations and preventive maintenance records of the equipment used in the production and testing, training of the personnel involved, their attendance records during the execution of the batch, etc., to name a few. The list is endless. All the networking should be meticulously connected. The traceability should establish the ALCOA, ALCOA Plus, and ALCOA Plus Plus. I hope that the explanation on understanding of ALCOA and its extensions are useful to you. Honest commitment and sincere compliance to the ALCOA principles will make you very strong and confident on your routine GMP compliance. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please do subscribe, like, and share. Also, please leave a message in the comments box for any further support. Thank you.